Coronation Street's Maria Connor is left puzzled over Gary Windass's disappearance in a new teaser for the ITV drama, as she angrily leaves a voicemail demanding answers. Tension builds on Coronation Street next week when Gary Windass's sudden vanishing act sparks concern, according to fresh preview footage. In the clip, Maria, his wife, grows irritated following his unexpected departure from the cobbles. He's been crashing at his mother Anna Windass's house, following tensions with Maria triggered by her ongoing clash with Lou Michaelis. Viewers are already aware that Gary recently found himself in a difficult situation, discovering Lou's true motives the hard way. A recent episode revealed Lou manipulating things behind the scenes, getting close to Gary and sowing seeds of doubt in Maria's mind. Lou secretly sent a message from Gary's phone to her own, attempting to trap him. She then tried to kiss him, and when Gary rejected her, she issued a threat, demanding cooperation or she'd spill everything to Maria. Worried Maria might buy into Lou's lie and suspect an affair, Gary was thrown into a state of inner turmoil. Though Lou's full scheme wasn't revealed, Gary was visibly shaken. Latest spoilers suggest Gary has been lying low at Anna's place in the aftermath, though Maria remains in the dark about Lou's advances and intimidation. When Gary fails to return home as expected, Maria's patience wears thin. With tensions still simmering between the couple, she tries to reach out to him over his delay. Liam Connor, Gary's stepson, grows anxious when he can't get in touch and questions Maria about Gary's silence. Maria grows more irritated, realizing the situation is upsetting Liam too. But where exactly is Gary, and why is he avoiding home? In the teaser, Maria is seen recording a message for Gary. She begs him to communicate, saying it's okay if he's extending his stay or making new plans. Just let her know so no one's left worrying. Clearly upset, she adds, "This isn't right. Ring me back as soon as you get this." When Liam checks in again asking if Gary has been in touch, Maria tries to stay calm. "I'm sure he'll be back any minute now." Liam reminds her, "But you said he'd be back last night?" She reassures him, saying, "Yeah, I know. Maybe he got his days muddled or missed his train. You know how he is." As she turns away from Liam, her face shows clear signs of worry and doubt. Later in the week, spoilers confirm Gary does finally respond, updating Maria on his whereabouts. He tells her through a message that he's staying with a friend and promises to return soon. It remains unclear whether Gary's disappearance hides more secrets, and it's not yet known whether Maria will uncover the truth about Lou's scheme. Coronation Street tragedy looming as mystery drug victim's fate hangs in the balance after LSD-laced drink mishap. Coronation Street is set to air one of its most gripping and heart-wrenching storylines to date, as a seemingly harmless house party spirals into chaos and danger next week. Viewers are in for an emotionally charged ride when a drug-related incident threatens the lives and futures of several beloved characters in Weatherfield. In a shocking twist, 3 young residents, Summer Spellman, Nina Lucas, and Adi Alahan, experiment with LSD, only for events to take an unexpected and horrifying turn. A drink laced with the drug goes missing during the party, and panic ensues as the trio realizes that anyone in the crowded house might have picked it up by mistake. The ITV soap has been gradually building toward this high-stakes arc, with cryptic teasers hinting at serious consequences and devastating fallout. But fans may not have anticipated just how dangerous things would become. As the group scrambles to locate the drug-tainted cup, it becomes clear that someone outside their circle has likely consumed it and may already be suffering the effects. The new scenes pick up with Summer and Nina beginning to feel the disorienting impact of the LSD. Hallucinations and confusion set in, and it becomes evident that they have little control over their actions or surroundings. Adi, meanwhile, is growing increasingly uneasy. He suddenly remembers that the drink in question, a cup of lemonade, was left unattended, and in a moment of chilling clarity, he fears the worst. His twin sister Asha might have taken it just before leaving for her shift. Realizing the potential danger, Adi immediately tries to phone Asha, dread creeping in as he considers what might already be happening to her. Asha, who works as a trainee paramedic, could now be the accidental victim of a bad trip, and alone, unprepared, and exposed to unknown risks. As Adi frantically dials, Nina and Summer scan the room, watching guests dance and laugh, seemingly oblivious. Everyone looks fine, Summer nervously observes, trying to reassure herself. But deep down, all three know that something is terribly wrong. The seconds tick by with no answer from Asha, and dread mounts. The camera lingers on Adi's terrified expression, the phone ringing, unanswered in his hand. Is Asha the one who drank the spiked lemonade? If so, is she in danger while on duty? What will happen if her colleagues or patients notice something is off? The uncertainty leaves viewers on edge. Spoilers released ahead of the episode suggest that a character will indeed fall seriously ill after unknowingly taking the LSD. The person's condition will deteriorate dramatically by the end of the week, but show bosses are keeping their identity tightly under wraps. The mystery builds. Will it be Asha, or has someone else unknowingly walked into disaster? The fallout, however, isn't limited to physical health. Emotional consequences begin to ripple through the characters' lives. Adi faces the weight of guilt as he realizes the night's events were triggered by his own careless actions. What started as a reckless choice could end in tragedy. Meanwhile, the police get involved when whispers of drug use at the party reach the authorities. Officers soon arrive on the cobbles to ask questions, and Adi finds himself in the hot seat. How will he explain what happened without incriminating himself or his friends? At the same time, Nina and Summer are left reeling. Still processing the effects of the LSD and the events of the night, the girls begin to piece together what went wrong. Flashbacks and blurry memories haunt them as they try to reconstruct who drank what, when, and where. But time may already be running out. As they retrace their steps, they come across something or someone that leaves them shaken. What they witness could hold the key to the whole mystery, or make things even worse. ITV bosses have promised an explosive week of drama, heartbreak, and suspense that will have long-term consequences for several major characters. Emotional, raw, and tragically timely, the storyline shines a light on the dangers of recreational drugs and how one impulsive decision can change everything. Will Asha survive her brother's mistake? Will Adi be forced to take responsibility? Can Nina and Summer recover from the guilt? And most of all, can the truth be uncovered before it's too late? Coronation Street airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX. Make sure to tune in next week for what is being described as one of the most unforgettable weeks in Weatherfield history.